Okay, there we go. There we go. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Um, it's an honor to have you all here as we celebrate, or rather, we prepare to graduate our sixth cohort of the Samsung Software Engineering Development Program. And I think these moments are always heartfelt for all of us because we get to usher our interns into the next chapter of their lives. So congratulations to all of you. I know it's been an intense few months, but it was all worth it at the end of it all, right? My name is Sitembi Sompehle, and I'll be your Master of Ceremonies for the afternoon. But before we start, I just would like to ask everyone to just kindly please put their phones on silent so that we don't disrupt the proceedings of today's prestigious event. And for bathrooms, for those of you that are not familiar with the space, the bathrooms are literally behind you. As you go behind you on my right, which would be your left, and you'll find the bathrooms on that side. All right. Okay, so first and foremost, I'd like to call up Professor Ian Jandrell to just give us a nice opening welcome. Is Professor Ian Jandrell in the building? Please give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Program Director. I won't take more than an hour. I recognize, of course, the Department of Trade and Industry and Competition, who are really the stimulus behind a lot of this. I also want to recognize Mr. Nicky Bierkus and Jace from Samsung. Thank you for being with us. Jace, I hope I got that right, but I'm told I can call you Jace, so there you go. Thank you very much. And of course, Mr. Mark Harris, CEO of the Tshimologong Digital Innovation Precinct. Esteemed industry partners, colleagues, friends, and most importantly, not the MC, most importantly, the graduates of the sixth cohort, Unbelievable, of the Samsung Software Development Program. Good afternoon. It's an absolute privilege to stand before you today representing the University of the Witwatersrand. Now at WITS, we believe that academic excellence cannot exist in a vacuum. A university cannot be an ivory tower. Rather, it's an engine for societal transformation. For over a century, WITS has been at the forefront of engineering, science, and technological advancement in Africa. And as the pace of digital transformation accelerates, we recognize that the traditional academic models must also evolve and transform. We know the stark reality of South African landscape. We have brilliant minds. We've got brilliant minds. We've even got folk with graduates who've graduated with diplomas and degrees. But industry demands something more. They demand experience. They demand the ability to execute under real-world pressure. They demand fluency in the rapidly shifting paradigms of the digital economy. And in many cases, there's a lack of support from industry for experiential training because this training takes time. In fact, it takes years. This is precisely why the University of the Witwatersrand established the Tshimologong Digital Innovation Precinct. We envisaged a space where the rigorous academic foundation of WITS could seamlessly intersect with the agility, innovation, and practical demands of the tech industry. Today, looking at the 18 brilliant young men and women graduating from this program, I see the ultimate realization of that vision. Since 2020, our partnership with Samsung has been a beacon of what is possible when academia and global industry leaders unite with a shared purpose. Through Samsung's Visionary Equity Equivalent Investment Program, we have not just delivered training, we've engineered a bridge over that experience gap. By compressing what could have been 4 years of industry experience into an intensive, high-pressure crucible, we fundamentally altered the trajectory of your careers. And you have altered the trajectory of your careers. You've worked alongside senior developers, not all of them old, Mark. You've also tackled real-world societal problems. You've learned not just how to code, but how to innovate, how to collaborate, and how to deliver solutions that matter. As my friend and colleague Mark Harris has so often noted, the landscape you are entering today is vastly different to the one that existed even a few years ago. And that's the nature of the environment in which you find yourself. It's changing all the time, and that's what you've been prepared for. And artificial intelligence is no longer a distant concept. It's the new foundation of software engineering. At WITS, we are deeply committed to ensuring our ecosystem remains at the cutting edge. Through this program, all of you have been equipped not just with the syntax of today's programming languages, but the fluency to navigate AI-assisted development and automation. You're not just entering the workforce, you are entering it with a competitive advantage. You are positioned to lead the future of work. To the graduates of cohort 6, today is a celebration of your resilience, your intellect, and your grit. You have survived a rigorous, fast-paced environment. You have proven that you have what it takes to thrive in one of the most competitive industries in the world. You have what it takes to thrive in one of the most competitive industries in the world. But remember, the skills you have acquired here are not just for your own advancement. As alumni of WITS, Tshimologong, and Samsung, you carry a responsibility. You are the architects of Africa's digital future. Whether you choose the path of formal employment, joining the 83% absorption rate that this program proudly boasts, or whether you choose the bold path of entrepreneurship, you have the power to build solutions that will uplift communities and drive the economy forward. To Samsung, thank you for your unwavering commitment and your sustained investment in the youth of South Africa. To the team at Tshimologong, thank you for executing this vision with such excellence. And to our graduates, congratulations. The University of the Witwatersrand is incredibly proud of all of you, and the tech industry is waiting for you. Go out there and build the future. Thank you.
Yeah, that was inspirational. I hope you guys are taking notes and sucking it in, absorbing all of this. No, but this is important, guys, right? This is, I mean, the fact that you guys completed all of the program that you guys went through, for me, I think is something commendable. And yeah, it's really big. And to have individuals such as Prof. Ian and Mr. Harris, as well as your trainers, to be there supporting you guys through, and for you guys to commit through, that's an inspiration, and I just want to give you guys your flowers. But before I continue, I'd like to call up Mr. Mark Harris, the CEO of Tshimologong, to also give you guys some more words of encouragement and wisdom. Mr. H.
Thanks, Steve. Good afternoon, everyone. I've got a sore throat, so I'm not going to be able to talk clearly, but I'll try. First of all, distinguished guests, there's one person I have to recognize here today, and that's Nikki Bierkes. It's two things about Nikki. The one was this, it's not even a passion. It's his life is to help youth. That's why we have a type of partnership with Samsung, and to Samsung, Jess, thanks very much for the support that you've given to this program. And then Prof. Ian Jandrell, I don't think we'd be here because he was one of the architects as to why we're in these buildings in the first place. I just wanted to say thank you very much. And then two people who becomes the mother and the father of some really tough teenagers at the beginning of this, and that's Diane, and she's actually only 20 years old. It's how she's aged. So, and then my friend Kaklejo. Now the reason he didn't pitch, right? He's not here. He's doing something similar in Limpopo with matriculants. So it just shows the passion that these people have to have impact and to focus on the youth so that we can develop going forward. There's a couple of key things for me around this program, right? So I've met some of you. I've looked at a lot of your projects. I'm dealing with some of the ex-cohorts. And the one thing that struck me was that, when we sat with Nikki and we said, we can do Java, we can do this, but the world's changing. And it's great to have someone like Nikki with Munya. Where's Munya? Is he? With Munya and myself sitting down and Nikki saying, do it, do it. It was risk, because at that stage, AI was probably not as predominant as it is now. But Nikki also had the foresight to say, let's do it. I think the world's moving too quick. It's moving way too quick. And our experience on previous cohorts is that if you just learn coding, you're going to go into the industry and AI has already replaced a lot of the people who are coders in the industry. It's just a reality. And it's happened so quick and it's continuously happening. But what I love, and I must tell you, is that some of the previous cohort members, we as Tshimologong managed to get them employed and given them work in some of the companies that we associated with. And I've watched them grow. Some of them went in at like junior levels, junior developers, and watching those guys just accelerate in a competitive environment. So this was not, Diane looking after them anymore. This was in a competitive environment and watching the levels to which those guys have grown. And that's what gives me courage. And I know what Kat's done. He's demonstrated to Munya and I the platform that is built around AI and what he's put you guys through. And I know some of it's been tough, but it's fantastic. Like to see the adoption of AI. I go to companies and they still say, yeah, we use Ask AI to do AI assistant. And the world's different. Everything's different. Prof. Ian was giving me a little bit of a rev outside saying, did you use AI? And I'm like, I always use AI. I always use AI, Prof. So the reality of is it, we think we've set the foundations, but I'd encourage you, it changes too quick. 6 months ago, Munya and I would be having very basic discussions with corporates. And they would be saying, we're looking at the principles of AI, and AI hallucinates when you build code. And it's all gone. I was very happy. I met with a person called, I think he's Prof. Richard Stein from WITS. And I was going to preach to him about the need to transform. And he stopped me in my tracks. And he said, Mark, I'm changing everything within the ICT curriculum because the old curriculum is no longer suited in this new world. And I think that's thanks to the leadership we've been able to put together in order to take you forward. So I know I was a software developer like yourselves, right? And you got trained for 3-4 years in the principles of how you build good pieces of software, and so your world has been turned upside down because a lot of that training is not going to be as useful as it would have been 12 months ago. So I'm going to tell you 3 important things, and this is off the cuff, right? Just so that you know. Some of you I know have been trained from a data science. Who from you guys have done data science? There was a couple of you. Yeah, there's quite a few. So it's probably more important than AI. It's probably a more important skill than AI. Because when you go into corporates today, AI is the tool, but it's understanding data that's transforming industries and is making the impact that it's having today. So for those of you, I know you've done some data science training in the curriculum, but I'd encourage you, your learning hasn't stopped. Your learning hasn't stopped. I learn every single day because of the same phenomena that you're facing. I just got off a call now where we have another big university came to us, and what do you think their number one problem was? Who wants to have a shot at it? Nobody? Have a guess. Come on, one of you. I'm going to pick somebody if you don't raise your hands. It's data, right? Data fragmented. Data sits in different departments. They can't implement AI because they don't have a clear data strategy. They can't get to data. So as you go forward, you'll realize it's, you can code. Code is good. It's the right thing, but the reality, it is about understanding data and what value you're going to be able to extract out using data and using the AI, agentic AI, you'll be able to produce things that is almost unimaginable going forward. So the world's there, and I think Prof said it, it's there for your taking. But you've got a very important role, because you're going to be pioneers or leaders in this new age. Muni and I are working with a couple of external organizations, and it's quite interesting. The first thing you get when you go into an organization and you try and get a data-driven approach and an AI approach, there's a lot of resistance. So people struggle because they think everything they've learned over the last 10, 15, 20 years, they no longer be useful. So the nature of work will change. That's the one thing even the nature of what you do, it's going to change. It's very important that you stay ahead rather than relying on traditional experience or learnings in order to exploit the opportunities that are available for you today. So we go in and they all say, no, we use AI. And then you just scratch a little bit and they don't use AI. You scratch a little bit deeper and they don't have a clear data strategy. And you scratch a little bit deeper and the data is always dirty. It's always dirty, right? Almost unusable to this stage. It's either duplicated, they don't know the single source. I can go on forever, but they don't know who their customers are. It's always dirty. And I think the real opportunity, and this is a freebie from me to you, is how do you get that data cleansed for organizations? There's tools, but a lot of the tools are, I was going to say rubbish, but that's derogatory. A lot of the tools are still based off traditional thought, and there's a lot of approaches. This man over here can help you guys. This guy. So when you leave here, the last task you will have is your graduation. Make sure you get his number. Yeah? Because if there's anyone who understands the importance of that, we're working on another project, a CRM project, and guess what? The data wasn't usable. The data wasn't usable for a company that's had a CRM for 10 years. So it's very important that you get to understand, one, about what the data strategy looks like, how you help organizations cleanse their data, how you help organizations prepare data for AI. It's only then that AI becomes really valuable. Does that make sense? Okay. So when you look at, I know that Kat and Diane have put you through the ringer for 12 months, and I think, with Nikki's oversight and my oversight, we've always tried to make sure, and Munia, that we are producing the types of talent that sits in this room today. I want to stop talking about the things that I've just spoken, but really say I want to congratulate you, because I think it's been tough. I've looked at some of the projects which Kat has brought into you guys to execute, and it's delightful to see the quality of work. And these were not like proof of concepts, like someone comes up, go and write this. These were real life projects that's now gone back as an example into the city of Johannesburg. These are being implemented as innovations to improve service delivery in the city. And so that's been unlocked to Prof. Ian's point earlier. You now have the experience, real life, practical, not just theory, to go out and have an impact. We also try and encourage people that it's not necessarily just about employment. It is about creating new ventures. And I think the world today is more open to people, youngsters like you, being able to make meaningful impact as well as opportunity for themselves through thinking about an enterprise development approach rather than just on a job creation approach. But we're there to help you. We've got a lot of plans around what we're going to help you do going forward. So, please, Munia, I'll give you, if he doesn't give it to you, come to me. I'll give you his number. That's your last task that you have today, is to make sure you have his number. And stay engaged, because we're also creating something called a sandpit, where we're going to bring work in. And whether you're partly employed or fully employed, or whether you're trying to be an ED, hopefully a new enterprise, we will be able to help you guys using that work in order to set you up for the future. But the main thing today is congratulations and well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. H. Thank you very much. I do want to just mention elaborate on what Mr. H has said. Guys, once a member, always a member. I always say this to my interns. So I run the animation program at Tshimologong. And I too was one of the naysayers when Mr. H came and said, you guys need to use AI. I was like, whoa, slow your roll. We can't be using AI, the legalities, the back and forth. But right now I can confidently say that we have implemented AI ethically within our pipelines, and it's helped us a lot. So don't be afraid to try new ways to speed up the process and make you more efficient within your fields, yeah? Okay. Up next, now we're going to be hearing from the interns themselves. Yeah, we've got an intern speech by Shoki Mabitsela. Mr. Petrus. Oh, yes. Sorry, Petrus. Petrus Munjedzi.
It's getting hot here. Good evening, everyone. To our distinguished guests, representatives from Samsung, and Tshimologong Digital Innovation Hub, our mentors, our families and friends, and not to forget my fellow graduates. My name is Munyadziwa Petros, and it is both an honor and privilege to stand before you today on behalf of this incredible cohort. Firstly, I would like to thank God for making this wonderful day possible. Today is more than just a graduate ceremony. It is a celebration for both growth, perseverance, and opportunities that have changed our lives. When I joined this internship, I came with the knowledge from the classroom, but as an intern, I still wondered whether I was truly ready for this professional world. I had qualification already, but I needed experience and guidance and a chance to prove myself. But then let me tell you something. This internship gave me exactly what I wanted. I still remember being trusted to work on a real software project that will be used by real people, completely different from the projects that I've built throughout my university. For the first time, I wasn't just coding for marks. I was building solutions with real purpose. At times, I questioned whether I was good enough. But then let me tell you something. Mr. Cat believed in me, even when I doubted myself. Okay. And Mr. Cat as well challenged me to think differently and solve problems on my own. Today, I can walk into a professional environment knowing I have the skills and the right mindset. That experience taught me that growth doesn't happen when life is easy. It happens when someone believes in you. And when you choose to believe in yourself. I know every graduate here, we we have different stories, and where we have I know every graduate here have their own version of their story, their own moment of doubt, and their own moment of breakthrough. Over the past 12 months, I learned far more than technical skills. We have learned to work with other people, solve real problems, and adapt to new challenges. We have discovered that success is not only about what we know, but our attitudes and our discipline and our commitment to excellence. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I would like to say thank you to Samsung for believing in our potential, in the potential of the young people, and investing in this program. And I would also like to say thank you to Tshimologong Innovation Hub for creating such a space where young people can learn, innovate, and prepare for meaningful careers in technology. You have given us more than workplace experience. You have given us confidence and hope for the future. And a very special thank you to our mentor, even though he's not around, Mr. Kurt. As I mentioned, it was his belief in me that helped me believe in myself. And I know many of my fellow graduates feel exactly the same way. Mr. Kurt, wherever you are, I would like to say thank you for challenging us to think bigger and work harder, for sharing your knowledge so generously, and for reminding us that growth comes through consistency and hard work. The impact that you made in our lives will continue long after today. And to everyone else who contributed throughout this whole program, I would like to say thank you for investing your time, your energy into our development. And to our fellow interns, I would like to say congratulations. We have arrived here with different backgrounds and different dreams. Yet, we supported one another in every step throughout this whole program. Today, we live not as graduates, but as a family that has grown together. As we step into the new chapter, let us remember that the certificates that we're gonna get here, it's not the certificate that we're gonna get here. It's not the destination, but it is a foundation. Let me remind you that South Africa needs young people who are willing to innovate, solve problems, and make positive impact in our communities. Let us take what we have gained here and use it to build a better future for ourselves and those who come after us. And then to families out there who might be streaming this live program, thank you for your encouragement, sacrifices, and your unwavering support. We will not be standing here today without you. And to everyone who poured into this journey with us, thank you for believing in us. We fully believed in ourselves. And to the 6th cohort, the 2025-2026 cohort, I would like to say congratulations. May this be the beginning of even greater achievements. Thank you, and God bless you.
I just want to say I'm commending the swag. That was, that was impressive. I think these moments are very heartfelt because from our side, we can talk forever, right? But when the actual participants and members of the program speak, it hits different, right? You get to hear exactly what they went through. And I want to say thank you to Diane and Kat who haven't been here because you guys are the ones that take these guys through this whole thing. And it's the hard work that you put through, that you put for them. And thank you for that, as well as our sponsors and partners that allow us to make this come alive. Thank you very much. Up next, clap for the partners. So up next, I'd like to call up another alumni, Miss Shoki Mabitsela. Is Shoki Mabitsela in the building? Yeah.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Shoki Mabitsela, and I was part of the cohort in 2024. I must say it wasn't easy, and it feels really good to see a lot of women in this cohort. It really feels good. I think in our group we were, four or five. We're very few, and you could see that we are women are very few in this industry and opportunities out there are many. The only thing that you need to do for yourself is to work hard, use AI to research more, to know more what you need to do in order to make sure that you're the candidate a company needs. And first of all, congratulations. And a lot of people they stopped coming. A lot of people lost it when they started this program because they just felt maybe it was too difficult or it was too challenging. Not difficult, but challenging. And I would like to thank the Tshimologong team and also the Samsung team. When I came through these doors, I didn't understand what the program was about, but I promise you, by the time I got to the office, I was working with Diana, I saw their vision because what she was telling me. And as soon as I saw the vision, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is not just a program where you're just gonna go in and learn and leave. It's bigger than that. And which actually helped my story. And I believe that it helped a lot of people. It changed my story, it impacted my story a lot, especially my career story, it impacted it a lot. First of all, I graduated at Rosebank College for a software development diploma. And when I graduated, the first thing I got scared of is employment. Reason being, during the time I was in varsity, I would always challenge myself by looking for part-time employment during holidays because I love money, guys. So, so I would do that, and it was very challenging to be communicating with people older than you in corporate. It's very different. It's not like in school. And the first thing I learned, it's that if you do not stand up and speak for yourself, by understanding what you actually want and what you want to pursue in the position that you are in, then you're not going to go anywhere because really you're not going to have the direction, you're not going to know what to do or what you actually want. So, that was me. And when I graduated, it was during COVID. So, people were getting terminated at work. People were losing jobs. Companies were closing and stuff like that. So, it was quite difficult for me to get employment. But one thing about me, I love challenges. So, whatever thing that came, forth, I would take it. And the first job that I got was to be a technician. First of all, when I started the job, I came in wearing a heel, and I was the only female in the office, in the tech department. Né? You can just imagine already how they're looking at me. But one thing that I always had in me is that nothing is difficult, and no one can determine what's going to be difficult for me. I'm the one that's going to say if this thing is difficult or not. And I am one that believes that no limitation can limit me, but only my mindset can limit me. And it's always the problem with us, that we limit ourselves with what we think we can do and what we can't do. And okay, then after that, I worked there for a couple of months. It was a short contract, but at the same time, I made sure that I leave a mark. And the same company called me, but for a different position, because that company, it was basically, they're trying to close the company, but in the manner in which they're trying to close it, they're trying to also make sure that they get a lot of things done before they close it. So when I was called to be a creditor's clerk, from being an software development graduate to being a IT technician for a couple of months to being a creditor's clerk, at that moment, that's when I started forgetting a lot of things. I started forgetting the purpose, the reason why I studied software development. And because of I love money, there was a program in Africa Tycoon. It was something to do with tech, but it wasn't what I wanted. But what I chose to run after, it's the money for the creditor's clerk. So it was a mistake that I did that I don't regret. Trust me, I don't regret it, because if I didn't take up all these things that I went through, I was not going to know that I was capable. I was not going to know that I was capable. I was never going to know that I have it in me to do whatever I put my mind into. And from there on, I stayed with the company. They moved me from one position to another to being a customer service. And while in that process, they promised me that they're still fixing my stuff so that I can come back in the tech department, because they know my worth. They saw what I did. I left a mark, like I said, and they saw that I have the abilities to work in tech as a woman. And even though I was wearing a heel coming to work, but I made sure that they understood that my hands are bigger than what you see, than what you are seeing. Even though I have nails and stuff like that, not today though, but I would make sure that they understood that I can do the work and no one can limit me. And first of all, I advocate for women in tech. It's not a very easy field to come in as a woman, but trust me, the impact that we can put in this industry, it's a lot, and there's a lot of opportunities. Actually, even now, yesterday or day before yesterday, I just found out that companies are looking for women. But lucky enough, by the way, I'm employed. I was one of the 3 students that was taken by Condo Green, and I'm one of the, thank you, I'm one of the should I call myself a junior? Yeah, I'm still a junior. I feel like in tech, guys, you'll never stop learning. Even our seniors right now, they are still learning, and with AI, it's just becoming more of learning every day. And the reason why, most importantly, I told you guys my story, it's the fact that it's all in your hands. What you do today when you leave this place, it's all in your hands. What you think about your life or whatever opportunity you're given, it's all in your hands what you do afterwards. we need to stop limiting ourselves. We are still young, and you don't want to reach that age where you're 40 and you're just thinking, oh man, I should have. You have the opportunity. You're not an old person whereby you're going to be looking at your kids, you're going to be looking at a lot of things. Like, take this opportunity to do something with your life. If you need to knock at every company, go there and knock. Especially, sorry guys, but especially women. Don't be scared for nothing. No one is going to tell you you're good enough, you're not good enough until you say I'm not good enough. Until, have that mentality that no one is going to stop you until you stop yourself. No one is going to stop you until you sweat. Don't ever limit yourself to that point. And do it looking as pretty as you want. Because first of all, I believe that if you do not work on yourself, you're going to have a problem when you have to go talk to people in companies. It's very, very important to work on yourself. If you're battling with communication, if you're battling in selling yourself, be the best customer sales you could be, even though you're not in that field, I get it. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're able to sell yourself in companies, you're good. You can go far. And especially when you understand who you are and what your goal is. And first of all, congratulations. I don't want to talk for long anymore, but thank you, Diana. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Tshimologong as a team, the whole team. I was challenging them a lot, though, but I must say this is a place that we can call home, and it feels different coming here now, working around this area. It feels very, very different, and we really appreciate what you did, and continue doing your good work, and thank you all.
Yeah, I know. Are you inspired? No, you have to be. I think just listening to that, I just also want to elaborate on what you said. Guys, business is not about money. It's about people. And the currency that makes the world go round is confidence. If you go out there and you sell yourself and you're confident about what you're doing and what you're saying, I'm going to be confident in you. I'm going to be confident in your product. And what happens when people are confident? They invest. They support. So just going back to what she was saying is you need to be more confident in yourselves. Tell yourselves that you're not interns anymore. Yes, you're not an intern. You did the internship program. You're now professionals, right? And here at Tshimologong, when you come in here, yes, we do skills development. But when you leave, you're a developed professional. Yeah, I always tell my interns, we don't do skills development. We develop professionals. So, yeah, just a word of advice. Thank you. Okay, now it's the congratulatory message by Mr. Nicky Bukes. That is you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you to the program directors, Timbiso. I just like to acknowledge a few important people in this room and also people that's not here today. So I'll start with the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Systems and Operations at this lovely university, this institution, Professor Ian Chandral. Thank you for your presence. The executive management and officials of the University of Witwatersrand, because they've always been a very close partner to us. The CEO of the Tshimologong Digital Precinct, Mr. Mark Harris, and his management team, Munia, Diane, and the rest of the team. Edson is also here. The head of Samsung Corporate Marketing and Public Affairs, Mr. Jace Kim. Thank you, Jace, for being here as well. We also have to acknowledge our employment and strategic partners that contribute to the success of this program, and we want to acknowledge them. In absentia, the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, which is the DTIC, and typically the DTIC is represented by the Chief Director of BBBE, as well as Special Economic Zones, Mr. Jacob Maputa. Just want to extend in absentia an acknowledgement to him. Esteemed stakeholders that are here today, graduates, Very important, you are the VIPs today and alumni from this particular program. Members of the media, if they are present, as well as any other distinguished guest. All protocol observed. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It is an absolute privilege for me to be here today and be part of the Tshimologong Digital Precinct's graduation ceremony for the 6th cohort of the software development program. Since the inception of the software development program in 2020, these graduation ceremonies have not only been about celebrating the successful completion of this ICT training and our partnerships. You know, it's not completion from a ticking box perspective, but they have also been about demonstrating the measurable impact that this program has had on the lives of the participating students. Most importantly, today's celebration is an opportunity to remind these young and budding future leaders that graduations are not the end of a tough journey, but rather the beginning of a beautiful one. We are here to say, on behalf of Samsung, congratulations on a job well done. This milestone is just a stepping stone for many more successes to come. As Samsung, we partnered with Tshimologong Digital Precinct because we understand the challenges faced by ICT graduates in the market and beyond. We know that experience is required for employment. However, most students lack the required work or practical experience. This creates a challenging experience paradox, where graduates struggle to get hired without experience, but can't gain practical knowledge without a job. Our existing partnerships with these strategic stakeholders present here today are therefore not just about skills development, but instead, they are here to ensure that we provide you, the graduates, with the essential practical experience in cutting-edge technologies needed to thrive in the digital economy. So in essence, being on this program is the equivalent of being in industry for up to 2 years. There was also a statement made, it could be even the equivalent between 2 and 4 years. And this particular program serves as a foundation for interns to grow, to shape, and contribute to the country's fourth industrial revolution agenda. Just to recap, where does this particular program fit in? This program forms part of Samsung's 280 million equity equivalent investment program, which we call the EIP, which was launched in 2019 in collaboration with the DTIC. Through our partnership efforts with institutions of higher learning in the country, such as Tshimologong and WITS, the program has been able to achieve significant milestones and some tangible opportunities that have been created for graduating students in the country. And as Samsung, our investment in ICT education for unemployed youth, which includes the provision of, the stipends that we contribute, the equipment, having access to data, you having access to mentorship by means of a software engineer, and you have access to this wonderful facility here. It's always aimed to address the challenge of unemployment in the country, especially amongst the youth. It is therefore my distinct honor to announce that since the start of the program, we have touched and changed the lives of 89 Tshimologong students, including the 18 of this particular cohort. Most importantly, with the help of these employment partners present here today, our total absorption rate, which is also highlighted by Professor Ian, from cohort 1 to 6, is in excess of 83%, which is absolutely good. We're looking forward to recognize Munia and Mark that we achieved 100% very soon. With our combined efforts, we have managed to prepare these budding students for real work in software development and the world of innovation. Today's graduation is yet again a demonstration of tangible outcomes that includes the skills acquired by these graduates, the innovative projects that have been spoken about, that have been completed, and our combined contributions to the tech space. To the graduating students, we'd like to say as Samsung, and working in conjunction with our key partners present here, we remain committed to ensuring sustained investment in ICT and continued creation of significant opportunities for South Africa's youth through such programs. And in conclusion, congratulations yet again. You're destined for success. Nothing can stand in your way. Just remember to stop never growing. Never stop to be curious. Never stop exploring. Never stop learning and challenging yourself. We wish you nothing but the best as we embark on this next exciting chapter of your lives. I thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nicky Bukes. I think now we get to the juicy part of the ceremony, where we're handing over the certificates to our graduates. So this is how we're going to do it, so that there's order and so that the cameras can capture it properly, right? You're going to come up on stage. You're going to get your certificate. You're going to stand like that, right? And smile so that we can take a picture of you as I call you up, yeah? Pardon? And the dignitaries, yes. So the dignitaries on the stage to join me are Mr. Jake Kim? Jace Kim? That's it. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, please, can you join us on stage, Mr. H? Yes. And yourself, Mr. Nick? Yeah. Okay, oh, just the two. Okay, so now that we have the setup, right, you're going to come grab your certificate from me, stand next to these lovely gentlemen, take a picture, and then step off stage, yeah? Okay. Okay, up first we have Adivayo Manda. Yes. We have up next Priscilla Tshegofatso Maruping. Yeah, I almost butchered that one, sorry. Thank you. Siyabulela Bio. Yes. Tapelo Machia Chaba. Tompani Nechidzive. And last but not least for the day, Yolanda Petunia Ntuli. Okay, so this is one of my favorite parts of all of our graduation ceremonies. No, please, guys, please remain on stage, please. It's Jay. It's. We can swap. Okay, let's swap. Yeah, like I was saying, this is my favorite part of the whole, where we award the top performers. These are the top 3 performing students of the cohort. And yeah. I do want to say that you're all superstars for completing the program, right? And this is just an acknowledgement for those that really exceeded the expectations that were put on them. And I want to encourage them to take this energy, and all of you guys to take this going out there, because this is what will guarantee your success, yeah? And I know you're missing Mr. Cat, but he left a beautiful message for each and every one of you. So when you get on stage, I'm going to read the message. And actually, I'm going to read the message first, and then you come up and get your... Yeah. Okay, so the first, number 3, is Yolanda Ntuli. Yeah, come stand in the middle, get your photo up, yes. So, yeah, please, just so people can see you as you're getting your flowers. Yeah. So Yolanda emerged as an unofficial heartbeat of the cohort, stepped up to represent her peers, proactively organizing community building initiatives. Beyond the technical curriculum, she orchestrated team gatherings, social outings, and the culture of camaraderie. By prioritizing mental well-being and team cohesion outside of standard coursework, she organically strengthened the group dynamic and ensured a healthy, supportive learning environment for everyone involved. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well done. Yeah, I know Mr. Cat really reveres you guys. He wrote a lot. But this is, it's a testament of your guys' effort. Up next, we have the main man, Petros. Petros is scooping. Here you go. Let's see what they say about Petros. Petros distinguished himself through an unwavering commitment to engineering excellence and aggressive drive to improve his technical abilities. He consistently stepped up to lead the team through execution, investing the necessary effort to ensure that complex solutions were built, refined, and brought to completion. His readiness, shoulder to responsibility, and the ability to go the extra mile projects his success and has made him an invaluable asset to any engineering environment. Petros. Thank you, Petros. And number one. Let's go. Ismail Ngobeni. Congratulations. Okay, Ismail, is it Ishmael or Ismail? Ishmael, okay, apologies for that. Ishmael secured the top position through his relentless self-driven pursuit of building practical solutions, operating far beyond the boundaries of independent development for hackathons and personal projects, proactively seeking consultation while maintaining complete autonomy over his creative process. Yeah. There's more. There's more. His standout achievement was designing a collaborative platform aimed at keeping the entire cohort connected for future freelance work and professional networking beyond the program. What? This proactive execution exemplifies authentic leadership and an innate drive to create real-world value. Congratulations. Yeah. My lovely gentlemen, thank you so much. Wow, that was overwhelming. Well done to all of you guys. Remember, everyone is a winner. You guys have completed the program. That is the biggest achievement of all. And up next, I'd like to call upon my colleague, Mr. Munya, to come up and just give a vote of thanks to each and every one of you. Mr. Munya.
Wow. It's a very tough act to follow. Thank you very much. Yeah, like I was sitting there thinking, what am I gonna say? You know, everything that needs to be said has been said. But I'd like to just put forward a vote of thanks to Samsung. I think Mark mentioned it. Prof. Ian also mentioned it. We had a lot of sessions where we talked about this program, the shape that it needed to take. Some of them were very risky. I think Mark and Nikki can attest to that, like pivoting the program halfway through and just going down the route that you guys ended up learning, the MEN stack, AI, and all of those things. There's a lot of uncertainty about a year and a half ago when we started thinking about, you know, what we needed to do with the program. And Nikki just said, sounds great, do it, you know. We knew what we wanted to do, but it has far exceeded our expectations, to be 100% honest. I would also like to thank in absentia the DTIC for allowing Samsung to go and work with Tshimologong. You know, because all of these things require approvals, and you know, just being selected from a sea of many other vendors that Samsung could have gone with is just amazing. And obviously, the past 6 years have been like, you know, we've gone from strength to strength, in my opinion. I joined the program, I think, well, I joined Tshimologong about 2.5 years ago, so I didn't see the first sort of 3 cohorts, but I can say that, you know, it's just been getting better, not because I got here. You know, that's not what I'm trying to say. I would also like to thank, sorry, I keep opening my phone because that's where my notes are. I would like to thank Wits University, for just, you know, and the leadership at Wits University for allowing Tshimologong, that is wholly owned by Wits University, but operates as an independent entity, to take these risks. Some of the risks with the curriculum, with the way that we teach this program, with the way that we immerse all the candidates that go through this program, and just standing behind, you know, from both the Tshimologong board, which Wits sits on, and supporting this program in its entirety. And it's evidenced by the representation of Wits University in every single year that we have this graduation, as well as behind the scenes. I would also like to thank the project team. So Diane, for constantly pinging me to sign the certificates, you know, because I don't have a PA, Mark. Nice. I think you need to get me one. And then just the relentless support throughout the years in getting this program done, behind the scenes, organizing these events, setting up the recruitment. I think you guys remember in your sessions, I sat in some of your guys' sessions when we were doing the recruitment. A lot of that stuff was handled in the behind the scenes by the project team, by Diane, by the marketing team from Tshimologong, as well as Kat, you know, who you guys have sang praises of. And it's evident in the work that has actually gone in. And last but not least, I would like to thank the cohort for this year, for making it this far, and just for the energy that you guys have brought into the room. You know, like mostly, I was not sure about you guys, to be honest. You know, you looked a bit too, you know, too well dressed, but you've brought the energy and the vibe, and kudos to you guys for making it this far. This cohort of the program, or this installment of the program was not easy. We introduced a lot of new concepts. Some are still being formed. I mean, you go on YouTube today, there's a new model. There's new stuff that's actually happening. But you guys embraced it, you leaned in, and we saw your projects. They're absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? So kudos to you guys. Just always lean forward, lean through change, never stop learning, and keep going on. And as Mark said, you guys can reach out. I'm no AI expert by any means. I'm still learning as well. I think there's nobody who can attest to being an AI expert. We're all learning and continuously learning and doing so. And I'm happy to learn with you. So if we can grab a drink when we're outside and maybe talk about how we engage beyond this. And thank you very much. Cheers.
Yes, nice, short and sweet. And I think we've come to the end of our event, our ceremony. Thank you again to all of you. This has been an amazing event, and I mean, I hope you guys will leave here with all of these insights and you'll use them in your journey further. Again, once a member, always a member. Please remember that, right? The space is here for you guys, and don't only just limit it to yourselves. There's the animation department. We've got the maker space. We've got all these departments. We've got the gaming studio. They need to collaborate with all of you. So use this space to grow your network, right? Meet people and sell yourself, and that's how you'll increase your chances of success. Okay, I can talk forever and ever, but thank you everyone, to our partners and our sponsors and our supporters. Thank you everyone. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. Behind me, we're going to have some snacks and just some finger foods for you guys to have. And please enjoy and catch up with Munya and catch up with each other. Thank you so much. Pardon? Oh yes. Can we please take a group photo? Thank you for that. Yes.
So my name is Agnes Aratswana and we are at Tshimologong. So today I'm graduating. We were doing software development that is coding, and it was in collaboration with Samsung. So it was actually quite a great experience because it was a skill set that is almost a requirement or a standard expectation now that we are in this economy where tech is taking over. So let it be health, let it be finance, just any sector that you can think of, software development is somehow involved. So it's a skill set that will set me up for life. So I'm actually quite grateful for this opportunity.